princes are made. And as the throne of our forefathers is not for sale. And as kings are born, princes are made. And as the throne of our forefathers is not for sale. When there's wickedness in the land, the people suffer. When there's justice and peace in the land, there is prosperity.
If she's actually in that hotel, then she can hardly be the intruder that dropped the device at my door. So, if she wasn't the one, then who was it? Who? Come in. I have decided never to call you again. Because I have reason to believe my calls have been tapped.
Tapped?
Exactly.
Is that possible? Can anyone in this world tap your phone?
We're leaving this bunker. When we get where we are going, I explain to you.
He is deadly. Should never be caught all alone with Duncan.
We scheduled to meet here. Why are you changing venue?
Let's get going before it gets too late.
I am not comfortable with a change of plans.
You have to trust me. If we have to make any headway, then you must trust me. Now, let me get dressed.
Baron, the listening device that I gave you has a 4-kilometer radius. If you had kept it anywhere near Duncan's house, I'll be hearing what they are saying right now, him and Bishop. But I'm not picking up anything. I bought that stuff in Japan, and I've used it countless number of times. So how come I'm not hearing what he's saying? Are you sure you kept it where you were supposed to?
See, Stanley, I kept that thing where I was supposed to. But you see, one of two things may have happened. It's possible that this your so-called digital device isn't working. Or it's also possible that Duncan found it and destroyed it. So,
and now you are speculating, and I can't have that. We are at a crucial moment in our investigations. In this mission, we cannot afford to make mistakes.
Stanley, you see this whole mission, you see this operation, it is important to me as it is to you, okay? I am committed to its full realization.
You are going to have to go back to Duncan's house and make sure that that device is where it's supposed to be.
What are you talking about? That I should go back to Duncan's house? I should take that risk? With due respect, my boss, there are certain things you shouldn't say at all.
Why don't we talk less of the girl and more of your kingdom?
We'll talk about my kingdom. But first, I'm still surprised how a spy could get to you, Duncan. Tap vital information from you. Just like that. Beats my imagination.
Do less of imaginations. Think of reality. The elders of your land perfected plan is to ensure that they are in power of the massive oil bunkering that is due to start up in Apuruka. And that's what I called you.
Are you making this up, Duncan? Or are you giving me authentic information?
Do you by any means have the 1 billion naira demanded by your elders? Do you have that amount to give to anyone?
I know you know my financial status. I don't have that kind of money to give to anybody.
You will convince yourself and sign this agreement. And then I will be in the best position to make you king in a couple of weeks.
Duncan, you're not from my kingdom. How do you plan to do that?
Don't underestimate the mafia. Sign the agreement, and I will show you how I'm going to make you king.
Duncan, do you mock me? Don't mess with me. I will not sign this until you explain to me everything about it in details.
There is this man who is coming to this land in the next couple of weeks. His name is Mr. Criswell. He's coming to this land with 10 million US dollars. He's the one that's going to start up the illegal oil exploration. He's going to bribe your elders with the 10 million US dollars. I'm going to collect that money for him. When I collect it, I'll give you the 1 billion naira demanded by your elders, and you should become the king. Automatically, I would take over the job that Mr. Criswell came to do into this land.
And how did you get this information, Duncan?
Are you ready to sign up this agreement? Or better still, I call Stanley.
Our dialogue is not terminated yet. We are still talking. So why would you talk about Stanley here?
My name is Duncan. I'm not one of your boys. I made you a business proposal. If you don't like it, fine. As far as I'm concerned, there is not a thing that I, Duncan, have set my hands on and have not achieved. I gave you the last opportunity to sign this document, and then you will become a king without spending a couple.
All right. Let us assume you are speaking the truth. When is this man coming? And how do you intend to get this money from him?
The operation is planned by the Mafia, and the Mafia only. He takes the credit for his achievement and is blamed for his failures. I gave you the last opportunity to sign this agreement. Otherwise, I'll do something else. When I mean something else, something you will not be able to do anything about.
Once he says he will do anything, those that know him consider it done. He is deadly. And Duncan is a perfectionist.
Mr. Duncan. I will sign this agreement because I have studied you and realized that you are a mafia, a true mafia to the core. But if you fail to do what you said you will do, I will show you that I am equally a mafia to the core.
There has to be 2 copies. You take yours, and I take mine. This is a mafia agreement. In mafia agreements, there is no third parties. We don't go to courts. We talk to other mafias. And if nothing works, we resolve the negotiation and settlement to the supremacy of firearms.
Just the way I like it.
What's all this? I mean, why are you resisting me?
Listen, I can only have one kind of relationship with you, and that is business. That is the only thing that can bring us together.
Okay, so you had taken this decision, yet you decided to come and spend the night in my room?
Oh well, that is not a problem. I can as well get my own room. I can afford it. I came here for us to make a plan. But if you're not interested, I can leave.
You know why you're giving me this attitude? I know you have your eyes on Stanley. But I tell you this, I will never, ever, ever allow you to sleep with my boss. Never.
Do you think that you can stop me if I decide to do anything?
All right. I take it then that you're underestimating my powers.
Ah, powers. You know, I do not see you as a powerful man. I see you as evil. And it is very, very easy for me to deal with evil men. They become helpless when they come in contact with me. Do you know why? Because I have a divine gift.
good. I'm evil. Huh? Diane, do you remember how you got into the Greenland circle? I brought you in. I brought you into this circle, and you sit here in front of me telling me that I'm evil?
When I look at your hands, I see blood. Blood dripping through them. You've murdered so many. I trigger sex in most men. And these men will tell you that I am the most beautiful and sexiest girl they have ever met. They have not come into me yet. They have only come in contact with my beauty. Because sex is not an obsession for me. Listen, if I'm going to have anything with any man in the circle of Greenland, it has to be Stanley. You know why? Because Stanley is clean. He is ambitious. I think I'll just take my leave, since what I'm here for is not what you want. I'll see you around.
Diane, you are going to regret every minute of what you have done today. I promise you.
Regret. Regret, you see? I do not regret anything I do. You know why? Because I think before I act. Only fools act before they think. And I'm not a fool. I'll see you around, sweetheart.
Came to me, was to spend the night with me, changes her mind and walks out on me. Stanley. All right, girl. See you around.
Excuse me, dear.
Are you talking to me?
Yes. My name is Collins. I want to really tell you one thing. Do you know that you're the most beautiful, elegant, electrifying young lady ever seen in this hotel? I want to know, please.
I can see you have a way with words. Unfortunately, I am not in the mood of knowing playboys. Excuse me.
Hold on. I am not a playboy. I want you to understand that I am the owner of this hotel. And that is why I want to know you. Oblige me to know who you are. Please.
Well, they called and said that we have to fulfill their demands before we can be considered. I mean, the whole thing is it's sounding very funny to me.
You don't need to tell me. I know exactly what the elders are planning. Their letter to the women is here before me.
Mrs. Etchison, I understand that you're the women's leader in our kingdom. May I know why you're calling me this night?
The copy of succession agreement of 1951 is also here before me. I already called Bishop and he said he will call me back. The women are committed to the implementation of the agreement and we are not taking side with anybody. I want you to assure me that if we the women manage to break the men and they agree to crown one of you, that you will be ready to carry out the responsibility.
Well, you don't understand. They demanded for a donation of 1 billion naira. I don't have that kind of money anywhere.
You don't need to give anybody any money. It is not part of the agreement. We are going to make sure that these men do not smuggle anything contrary to the succession plan of this land. And we will make sure that the process is implemented.
Well, in that case, Mrs. Echezona, I give you my word that I will accept responsibility. But that is if the women can get the men to do the right thing.
We are doing our best, and I still want you to do something on your own to see if the elders will be dissuaded in continuing in their plan. You never can tell when you instill fear in them and they will back down. Stanley, are you still there?
Yes, I'm here. I'm just thinking about what you said, about instilling fear in the elders.
Do you think it's not going to work? Learn to scheme for what is yours. The elders will not relent on their strange efforts unless you attack them.
No, Mrs. Echezona, I am not going to attack anybody. I know what my father taught me, and I'm going to abide by everything he has said to me. Okay? I am not attacking anybody. I'm just going to fold my hands and watch events unfold. I'm glad you're not taking sides, but I will not attack anybody. Now, let me tell you, Mrs. Echezona, as long as God is still in heaven, evil will never triumph over good. Thank you, Mrs. Echezona. Good day.
Good night.
You know the thing with you African millionaires, you think you can get any woman with money.
I want to believe you're not referring to me. And I must have to tell you, I am not an illiterate. No such.
Deep down in you, you actually think I came to this hotel to sleep with a man. True or false?
On the contrary, you're lying. But I must have to tell you, I opened this hotel for a business. Beautiful ladies like you come around. They come in their numbers, on their own, without anybody. I'm sure you would understand that people don't even believe that I am the owner of this hotel. It is not even in my nature to call my guests as I called you. Do you know why I called you? Because I like you. I like you because you are beautiful. You are sweet. You are sexy.
And for that singular reason, you actually think you can get me in your arms tonight. Not so?
I don't know why you are sounding this way. Why?
You are inviting me to your room because you are consumed with lust. You have not touched me yet, but you have undressed me to nude with the imaginative force of your eyes. So tell me, what do you think?
Why are you talking this way?
Come on, go ahead. Tell me what you see.
But I have not told you that I saw something. I want us to talk like learned people. I don't know why you're saying all this. But I must have to tell you that you are different. You're okay. And you're beautiful. Hold on, I'm not finished. I want us to be together.
You know what? I already told you before that you talk like a playboy. I am not a cheap lady. Do not fall for this facility you call a standard hotel and think that you can get any woman you want with ease. No? I have a hotel that is bigger, classier, posher hotel in Rwanda. So next time you want to talk to a lady, you should ask questions. I'll see you around, okay? You know what? In case you happen to sleep tonight and you dream and you learn how to talk to a lady, A lady that has wined and dined with powers that be. Then maybe you can give me a call. I'll see you around.
Tough woman. Heaven knows that I love them tough.
Why are you giving me the impression that he was right?
I don't know what you mean by that. Chief Odilibe and elders in council are coming up with a strange position in this kingdom. And I can tell you, we are ready for them.
I was inside and I heard everything you said on the phone. You sent somebody to attack elders of this land. Who is that person you said to attack elders of the Igwe kingdom?
When men open themselves for attack, there will be nothing other than to attack them. I don't know why Chief Odilibe called you on phone. I want you to call him back and tell him that we stand on the agreement of 1951. And the women of this kingdom will see to the implementation of this agreement.
Honey, I've told you, don't make yourself an scapegoat. You don't come out and fight established authorities in this land. Those that tried in the past never live to tell their stories. You better ask around.
You should count yourself lucky that you married a dynamic woman. I am not one of those women that established authorities can assassinate anyhow. I am the President General of Igwe Women Assembly. And I can tell you, I know what the men know. They can kill any other person, but definitely not Mrs. Echezona. Never.
Oh, you now see yourself as a great woman because you're Mrs. Echezona. You forgot I am the same Echezona. Huh?
You sent for me, sir?
Yes, Ahmed, there's a lady in my guest room. I need you to make sure she's comfortable.
She has been taken care of, sir.
Okay, fine. One more thing. Could you please reduce the amount of pepper you put in your cooking? Please?
Sorry, sir. But I remember you told me you don't eat anything that is not peppery.
Yes, but that doesn't mean you should put the whole bag of pepper inside your cooking. I know it's good for your health, but this is too much. Okay? I'm even surprised I could eat what you cooked last night.
It won't happen again, sir.
Hey, Baron.
Yeah.
You got me worried with that call. Because I know we're supposed to be meeting at 11, and then there was your early call, and I'm wondering if all is well. Is everything okay?
Yeah, well, the president of the Women's Association called me late last night.
So, what did she say?
A lot of things. We need to talk. We need to plan a way forward.
All right, I'm game, but I want to know what plans you have. So what plans do you have in plan? Let's hear it.
Hey. Hi.
I see it.
You're seeing Diane. Good morning, Baron. How was your night? Listen, if I'm going to have anything with any man in the circle of Greenland, it has to be Stanley. You know why? Because Stanley is clean. He is ambitious.
I understand it now, and clearly too.
Whatever. Yeah, you called us for a meeting. So?
Alright, I'm seeing some kind of cat and mouse game between the two of you, and frankly, I do not find that funny, okay? We've got some planning to do, and I suggest we get down to that and stop whatever we're doing. Is that clear?
You're staring at us in this meeting here as if you don't even know why we called you here.
Yes, I'm confused. You called me last night and you shouted at me the whole time through. Yet I'm still here according to your instructions. And I still don't understand what is happening.
Your wife called a meeting of the women yesterday. Are you aware of that meeting?
Yes, my wife is the President General of the Women Assembly. The meeting you're talking about is strictly women affair. My wife, in her capacity as the leader of the Women Assembly, has the right to call meetings anytime she wants. I don't know why men in ruling council will call me in the town hall to ask me questions about women affair.
Mr. Echezon, in the meeting, your wife showed them a copy of the succession agreement of 1951. Now, can you look me in the face now and answer me immediately that who gave her the copy of that document? And who gave her the right to discuss issues as paramount as the issue of succession to the throne of this kingdom amongst the women assembly? Who gave her that right?
Mr. Anungwa, is there a way you could explain to them that I'm a private man that runs a private business? I don't dabble into women affairs.
I think what you have to do is make an offer to Mr. Echezon. Yes, he is a credible man of Ego Kingdom. And I know our men can always understand when credible offers are made.
And what do you mean, make me an offer? I have told you that I do not belong to the ruling class.
Echezon, you just said here in this hall that you are a businessman doing private business. That translates to a struggling man. We all know your wife is far richer than you are. You're a poor man. We are giving you the opportunity to become a millionaire and stand tall in your own territory. We're not asking you much. All you have to do is break your wife.
And what do you mean, break my wife?
I welcome you all women of our town. I want to assure all of you here that my government will do everything right. It is not in our making that the king died in our tenure. It is an act of God. The men are doing everything possible to manipulate the process of succession. And that is why I called all of us here once again, so that we could take a final decision on this matter. Yes, Mrs. Okalibe, what do you have to say?
I am a woman of this kingdom. And I can say that I know the politics of this kingdom. Our leadership have betrayed us in the past.
I want to know the very leadership you are referring to, Mrs. Okalibe. Is it my leadership you're talking about or the leadership of the kingdom?
I don't have any problem with the leadership of the kingdom. Because as far as I'm concerned, this kingdom is in anarchy. There is no leadership in the kingdom.
Sorry. May I know your reasons for saying the leadership of Miss Echezon will betray our women?
I just need an assurance that we are not going to renege suddenly. People call us Money Republic because they believe that our people can be bought easily. I, Mrs. Okalibe, I am going to be available for this confrontation. But I must be assured that no matter what happens, that we shall stand on our decision.
Yes. Now, Mrs. Okalibe, I give you my word, and my word is my bond. There is an agreement in this land that is called the 1951 Succession Agreement. That document explained in clear time on how the new king is going to emerge. And we all are going to stand on this very agreement.
Yes.
We are going to resist any suggestion that will lead to non-implementation of this said agreement. Do we all agree to that?
Yes.
You do not believe me, do you?
It's not like I don't believe you. But the point here is about what you're asking me to do, to break my wife.
Look, breaking your wife is different from killing your wife. No. Nobody wants to kill anybody here. All we are saying is that we're going to make money available to you so that you buy your wife over to our camp And once that is done, with that, I mean, the women assembly will be paralyzed. That's exactly what we want you to do.
I would like you to explain to me in specific terms how much I stand to gain if I have to go against my conscience to do what you want me to do.
There's so much you stand to gain in this. Yeah? First is that you have to share of the money Mr. Creswell is bringing to town. This man is bringing $10 million to town. And there is no way on earth that you not make at least $300,000 out of this money.
Did I hear you say $300,000?
Sure. And we know that the government will want to clamp down on him. In fact, we have a watertight plan to blow the whistle on him. But before we do that, we will have collected our own money. We will have shared our own money. And by the time the government clamp down on him, we already have our money in our account swelling. There is a lot of money involved in this thing here, my young friend.
Now, what about the people that you asked to donate 1 billion naira? What if they come with the money?
That should not bother you. That should be our headache. Let them bring the money. Once that is done, we still share the money amongst ourselves. Then, at the end, we crown one of them king.
Yes.
So you just do what we ask you to do. We can handle every other thing.
That sounds pretty good.
We're talking serious money here. So just do what we ask you to do and leave the rest. Exactly.
You don't seem to be your true self. Say anything the matter.
Okalibe, do you think we are doing the right thing?
I don't understand what you mean by doing the right thing. The most important thing is how to make money. Eh? So I don't care whether it is the right thing or the wrong thing.
You see, you are repeating the very thing he warned me against. He said, and I quote, "The language in the mouth of every person is money. Money. And nobody thinks about truth. Why truth is priceless."
Who told you that?
Obiekwe, Fekand of the blessed memory. He appeared in my dream and those were his words. I look forward, I see money, and I look back, I see that same advice. I don't know, but I'm just confused now.
You don't have to be confused. The right thing is to look forward where we see money. Forget what Obiekwe Fekando told you. He is scheming for his son to be king. But let me promise you, that can never happen. It will not happen. Ego Igwe kingdom is moving forward. There is no going back. I want you to join us. Let's make this money. Okay?
I'm sorry, boss. I'm disappointed. Why would you sign this kind of agreement?
The question should be, why wouldn't I sign? You know, Duncan shot himself in the leg, and I'm waiting for him to breach the agreement. Then you will know why I was refused admission into the Mafia of Greenland.
With all due respect, Chief, I can't believe that you are the one saying this. No member of the Mafia of Greenland will sign this kind of agreement.
Nick, are you insinuating that I am not smart or intelligent?
I have not insinuated such a thing. And you know I can't insinuate a thing like that.
Duncan plans to get money from a man who will soon arrive. How he plans to do that, I don't know, and I don't bloody care. Then he will give me 1 billion naira to give to those greedy elders.
Is that the reason why you make him the sole bunker in Aburuka land?
Do you have any idea how we would have raised that kind of money? 1 billion naira to give to those greedy elders of Ego Igwe kingdom.
At the point he divulged the information,
you would have refused to sign the agreement. And we would have planned the operation on our own.
Plan the operation. Do you have any information regarding when the man will arrive? Do you? As you know, Nick, you cannot plan any operation without adequate information.
Once I start nosing around, I will certainly get something.
Nick, this discussion is over. Settle it in your head that I will be king. It is signed, sealed, and delivered. This will be the last time we'll talk about this. Am I clear?
Yes, boss.
Baron, what's going on here? Why did you pack it?
Listen, Stanley. You might be the boss, but I want us to talk right here and man to man.
Baron, what is it you want to talk about that we couldn't talk about when we were cruising in the car or when we get to where we're going? What is it?
Why did you sleep with that girl?
Oh my God. Oh my. Baron, you stopped me in the middle of the road just to ask me why I slept with a girl?
We're not talking about just any girl. We're talking about Diane. I brought that girl from Thailand because I wanted her to work with us. Not for you to stab me in the back by sleeping with her.
Baron, you know what? I promise you one thing. You're gonna regret this.
You think so?
I know so.
Where do you think you're going to? Yeah. We shouldn't be doing this. What are you doing in a taxi? Look, we have work to do. Stanley, get down from that taxi.
Just keep going. Don't stop. Don't stop. Just take me to McGregor Hotel when I pay.
Kings are born, princes are made. And as the throne of our forefathers is not for sale. And as kings are born, princes are made. And as the throne of our forefathers is not for sale. When there's wickedness in the land, the people suffer. When there's justice and peace in the land, there is prosperity, there is laughter. And as kings are born, princes are made.